My friend Wayne Meenach. Wayne, 3-day break. I'm sure you were crying every minute you were away from Truck America training over the holiday weekend. Do anything special?
Pretty much just stuck around the house, did a little housework, got in the pool a little bit when it wasn't too cold, studied my material for the get ready for today.
Speaking of studying your material, when you came back this morning, did it feel like you've been away for a long time, or did you pick it right back up?
Not really. I mean, I think I picked it right back up. Today, we drove today, and today was like my best day of driving. So maybe the extra day and clearing your mind a little bit was more beneficial.
How come you think it was your best day of driving?
Just the techniques that you got to be able to do on upshifting, downshifting, while you're stopping. It was my best day. It's a lot of hand-eye, foot coordination, things that I'm not used to doing. So today was by far my best day driving.
That's got to be a good feeling for you that it's day five of your drive or six of your driving, and you're getting better. You're not either staying the same or certainly getting worse.
Right, right. It gives you a lot of confidence
You're
because you're a
testing.
little nervous once you get going. Once you get going, it takes you a few minutes to let the nerves settle and stuff like that. So you get a little drive time, and then you start going to light and turns and all that stuff. And so everything you've been taught, you got to put into action. And when you can do that, it feels pretty good.
Are you approaching this the way you approached your job at Johnson for all those years? Is it a job right now?
It's a job. I take it pretty seriously, and I want to be good at it.
Do you feel you are?
I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
How good were you at your last job?
I like to think I was the best.
Did you do the exact same thing every day for 23 years, or did your role evolve over the years?
No. Over 23 years, I did about everything in there. Uh, I was a maintenance helper. I did quality. I did materials. I worked on the line, and then at the end there, I was final inspect. So that's a pretty important job too, because you don't want anything to get out and go to the customer. So it's a pretty important job.
Speaking of final inspect, you're about, I guess, 9 days from your test. Uh, at all thinking about that? You're just focused on every day at TAT and not thinking about what's going on next week.
That's my approach. I'm trying not to look too far ahead because I think that I'll lose focus on what I'm doing now. So I think if I just keep focused each day and with our trainers, what we do every day, I think that it all build up till I should pass.
Are the folks at home interested in what you're doing every day, or are they just kind of, oh,
Sure.
Dad's back home?
No, no. My wife, she's pretty interested. She helps me study a lot. We don't have the vehicle with me at home, so she helps me go over things to make sure I can, because it's a lot of it's memorization over your pre-trip and all that stuff. So I memorize a lot of that stuff, and she helps me go through it.
You better talk to your classmates though, because they're all allowed to take a truck home, Wayne. I guess they're not doing nice to you. It's very unfair. How about your son and daughter? Are they into this or not?
Well, my daughter, she's grown and moved out, so she's got her own life. But yeah, she checks on me. And then my son, yeah, he hasn't helped me study yet. He's not that interested in it, but yeah, he's proud of me.
Do they think it's going to be cool that you're going to be doing this and driving versus working on the line or even final inspect?
Well, they think it's cool because it's a lot easier on your body. Where when you work in a factory, they've seen me. I've had to have surgery and stuff like that before, where you repetitive motion. So yeah, they're pretty happy for me.
Last week we talked and you briefly referenced something that we had not talked about before, including when I was down there talking to you in person. You were in the military. What branch were you in and how long did you serve?
I was in the Army. I went from 87 to 90, and then I had an honorable discharge, and then I joined the reserves here in Frankfort, Kentucky. And then I got activated. My first drill I showed up for, we got activated for Desert Storm then.
Really?
So yeah, but the mission I didn't have to go over there. My mission was I was a Bradley instructor at Fort Knox for all the IRR people. The IRR people are people that get out and they don't join reserves or guard. You still have a 5-year inactive. And so when they went to Desert Storm, they got activated. So they had to go through some retraining through me before they got shipped over. And then eventually, if it had lasted long enough, we'd have went over there as well. But the conflict didn't last near enough for us to go over there.
What rank did you attain when you mustered out?
I was an E5P.
What is that?
It's a sergeant. It's promotable. It means that I had enough points. Once you get to a certain level, you got to have a certain point total to get it. If I would have reenlisted, I almost reenlisted after that. I would have been a staff sergeant, E6.
So you talked about being a final inspect at Johnson, and we talked about the testing people you're going to face next week. You were teaching people how to drive tanks?
Well, Bradley isn't quite a tank. It's a scout vehicle. But everybody had a section. We all had a section. I was teaching them how to shoot the 25 Mike. It's a big gun. So necessarily my task wasn't to teach them how to drive it. It was to teach them how to shoot it, load it, unload it, and all that stuff. Clean it, take it apart, clean it, put it back together, those kinds of things.
Does everybody in your class at Truck America Training know you did this? Because we'd all be scared of you if you're shooting these huge guns, man.
No, I really haven't told anybody. It's just, it was so long ago. It's just way back in my rearview mirror.
What do you guys talk about usually when you're on break?
Well, what I try to do is study my pre-trip during breaks. Just read over it, memorize it and stuff. I mean, we have a few little small talks about, where we live and, things that we may have done over the weekend. But mostly everybody in there is kind of focused on what we're doing.
Is there a generation gap at all, Wayne, between you, Anna, and Russell and everybody else who's much younger?
I don't think so. It doesn't feel like that to me anyway.
What do you guys do for lunch most days?
Well, today I'm not gonna go to lunch because I'm doing this, and I brought a little something. I brought a little snack to eat because but most days we'll run down to the Taco Bell, or I've been to the little hot dog stand. I just stay close. So.
You said Kentucky, it's hoops, it's not football, but UK lost to Southern Miss at home. Any of the UL fans giving you grief this morning?
Not in here. They didn't. I mean, at my old job, they would have rolled me hard. It wouldn't have been over with yet. But here so far, I mean, I think we're all focused on what we're doing rather than a game we can't control.
And you're so focused, Wayne. Are you not having any time to get kind of bored of this between doing the same thing now? This is day 6. You've been driving the same kind of stuff, or are you learning new stuff every day still?
I'm learning new stuff every day. What we do is we change up what time of day we drive, who we drive with. So, it doesn't become a bored thing. You get to learn a little bit from each trainer. Everybody has a little thing different. And by the time you're done, you'll figure out a way that works for you and you'll be good at it.
You getting bored of talking to me?
No. It's only once or twice a week.
Are you getting any attention from neighbors, friends, your family, people who actually have seen the Transport Topics or seen the online or the video chats? Have you showed people any of this stuff?
I haven't showed anybody any of it.
Not even your wife?
Actually, no. Honestly, no.
Really? You're video stars. You're 15 minutes of fame, Wayne.
I know. I get home and I take a few minutes break and then I start studying.
All right. Well, listen, thank you so much for your time. One last topic. This is also supposed to help you guys find jobs, and I know the way it works, Debbie won't bring you in unless you have an offer kind of on the table before you even start. But
Right.
recruiters are supposed to come in, and Kevin Birch, who's incoming chairman of ATA, talked to you guys about not jumping at the first job. What's going on with recruiting? Are you getting people who really come and talk to you from companies? I've heard maybe there was one from Cuba, Alabama that's come up and talked to you, but other than that, I haven't really heard about them.
Yeah, we had a couple that had to reschedule. We did have McElroy come in, and they had a lot of good things to say. So pretty much, I'm taking what he had to heart and just going to sit back and wait till this. My main thing is to get my CDL first, and then I'll listen to what everybody has to say, and then talk to my family and see what's the best fit for us.
So you don't think next Thursday when you get your CDL, you're going to turn around right away and say, here's where I'm going. You're going to give it some time after that.
I think that's the smart thing to do. Give it some time. See there's a lot of CDL jobs out there, so just got to pick the right one that's right for your family.
Well, through 3 weeks of talking to you, I'm pretty sure you do the right and the smart thing, Wayne. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
All right.